Guys, we got so much news to talk about in this one video. New ES8 Nio doing some desperate discounts, global expansion, more Firefly news, and also CEO guaranteeing profitability, or else a new CEO needs to take the job. So he said that himself, actually. So first of all, make sure to join our global free giveaway. Sign up link is up there. And also in the pinned comments down below, you can win $100 or a Nio cup or a Nio Lego set, basically. So completely free. You're just signing up for a newsletter where every week there's some stock picks and that kind of stuff. And you can check them out, basically. It's absolutely free. And then once we select a winner, we'll contact you via email and we'll ask you for your shipping address. And that's it. All right. So definitely go sign up. Please, please do sign up. All right. I want to give you guys these free stuff. So first of all, let's talk about the brand new ES8. It's already been registered, and so Nio on the Nio app has shared the official information and stats about this car. I am conflicted why they're sharing these stats so early, but here it is. Take a look at the pictures. They look absolutely fantastic. Length of the car, 5.28 meters. And then width 2.01 meters wide, height 1.8 meters, and the wheelbase is 3.13 meters. And then this car is going to be 925 volt, 5C, 765 amps, charging speed of 600 kilowatts. And then 5 minutes, you can get 250 kilometers, or of course 3 minutes of battery swap gets you to full charge. And of course they have the brand new drivetrain, 520 kilowatts of total power, 180 kilowatt induction motor combined with a 340 kilowatt permanent magnet motor. And this is, of course, their new silicon carbide technology, which is very, very nice. They have their new 900 volt architecture, basically. And I'm conflicted by this because you're advertising this super early. You're not launching this car until Q4 and deliveries probably next year. So you're hyping this up so early, and that could potentially really hurt sales right now. And in fact, they're giving out massive discounts to the ES8. And my God, they just launched the brand new 2025 versions of the ES6, EC6, ET5, and ET5T. But apparently, that is also getting the preferred discount. So they're discounting the brand new cars less than a month since they launched it. Why? Perhaps they're advertising 900 volt for the ES8 when their current cars are still 400 volts, right? Like, come on, you got to stop advertising products that are so far ahead. So what is this preferred discount? Apparently the preferred discount is just 20,000 RMB, which is roughly around 2,500 US dollars. And this is really, it seems like a desperate discount because some people, they took delivery of the car and then less than 8 hours later, the preferred discount comes out. They miss out on 20,000 RMB of discount, and they just basically got essentially ripped off, according to them. And they're just compensated with 2 free battery swap vouchers, which is definitely not worth that much money. But it seems like the new 5566 aren't selling too well, right? If you have to, launch a discount that soon. So, well, take it for what it's worth, all right? Hopefully, they can get those numbers up. But then if you're constantly hyping new cars, the problem is, hey, all right, we're not going to buy the cars right now. We'll wait for the brand new ES8. It looks so good. By the way, this ES8 obviously has a frunk, because if you look at the front of it, it looks very similar to the Envoy L90. So it probably has a massive, massive frunk, which is very, very nice. But back to my point, people are probably, hey, we're going to wait for this car. They launch in Q4, deliveries next year. And then at the end of the year, that's when subsidies get cut off. And they're like, oh, man, might as well just take a delivery of a Stellato or take a delivery of some other car to take advantage of the subsidy before it runs out. And that always happens. So I hate to see it happen again, but it seems like we're heading on that path. Okay, so enough about that. Let's talk about Firefly. Firefly, they've actually just launched these new customization inserts that you can basically buy and then customize your car. Looks really, really cool. And, this is apparently a lot of people like to customize their car. And this was a suggestion that some of the Firefly owners have made to Firefly. So they've made it come true. And you can buy these. This makes your car really, really unique, which is very, very nice. Okay. And then we got to talk about global expansion. This is very interesting because we know Nio has direct to sales in some of these markets, but Denmark in particular used to be direct to sales, but now it's switching to a franchise model because things didn't go too well over there, it seems. So they are going to work with the JAP group in 2025 and 2026, as well as the Moto Dynamics group in 2025 and 2026 to expand into Portugal, Greece, Denmark, all of these European countries, along with a lot of the other ones that they've previously announced. And these will all be direct franchisees. Okay, so these they will bring over the existing vehicles, including Firefly, and then these cars will be sold there. And also, if they want to bring battery swap stations over, they can of course pay for battery swap stations to be built there. So these companies will essentially sell the cars as dealerships in those regions, which I think is very good. It's going to really lower Nio's cost. Global expansion is very, very expensive. Paying for rent on those massive Nio houses. You don't even have to be a Nio owner to go into the Nio houses in Europe. That's it's a tough business. So it's better to leave that to some of the dealerships and let them handle the business, which I think will be very, very nice. Now, we got to talk about the big elephant in the room, which is, of course, Nio's balance sheet. The CEO said in a recent interview that if they can't get things straight, basically profitable, right? Because they have to be profitable. It's been like 11 years, right? They've burned so much money. If he can't get the job done, then it is time for him to step down to get a new CEO to get the job done. He said this himself, all right? And I wouldn't mind that William Lee take more of a chairman role, right? Sort of guiding the company overall. But then on the operational front, you get someone from with a very, very long automotive background, really just to nail things down to make sure that they're profitable, which I think is a good news. All right. So we're either going to get profitability or we're going to get a new CEO. That's what Nio CEO has said. So I think either one of these outcomes will be nice. All right. Okay. So I don't think William Lee is going to leave the company. He's definitely not going to leave the company, but he's going to be more of a chairman role in the company, and then someone else might be a CEO if they don't become profitable. But I do have confidence that they will essentially become profitable down the line. But let me know what you guys think about, hyping up the ES8 this early. I mean, it's not even July yet, and they're launching this car in Q4. Yeah. So if I were them, I would be very quiet. I mean, like all the other companies, they're very quiet before they actually launch the car. When they launch the car, then they tell everybody about the stats and everything, and then they get hyped up. Otherwise, who's going to buy the current ES8s, right? You have to run massive discounts. Who's going to buy the current lineup of cars, right? If you tell everybody, hey, that car's 900 volt, 925 volt. What about current ES6, EC6, ET5, and ET5Ts? They're 400 volt. Customers aren't stupid. They're going to notice the difference, okay? So take it for what it's worth. Let me know what you guys think. I always hate it when they pre-hype everything that's like way, way, way down, and then people just, get tired of waiting. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.